के अरे Hi Jean.
No.
Hi Jean. No. Bye bye.
मजाले घुमेर आउनु ल जेनले मिस गर्छै गर्दैन हामीलाई गर्छु यो सानो मम्मी सानो बालाई गर्छ जेनाको ब्लगमा
Snowball, yeah, snowman, है जेनले snowman पनि देख्यो ये
Snowman, there's a snowman.
snowman त्यो They're putting a mask. The horse. Look what is there, Jane. Oh, there's a horse.
Carrot and radish.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh,
Didn't get here.
yeah.
That guy. Now we are not animals, yeah?
Yeah.
Because the kangaroo is animal, and we are
Oh, who's horse? Horse inside there. Oh, plane लडिरहेको छ
Oh, I can see horse there.
प्लेन लड्न लाग्छ
पेपर ब्याग निकालेको थिएन
आउनुहुन्छ कि उतैको भिडियोहरू हालिरहनु बाटो चाहिँ तल माथि यताउता रहेछ कि सिधा भन्दा रमाइलो रहेछ
घरहरूले 10,000 पनि लागेर होला क्या किन्नु जमानामा हैन
बाउन्ड्री चाहिँ उ बिचमा घर छ यिनीहरू सब बाउन्ड्री बारेको हैन यस्तो यस्तो
मलाई सबभन्दा खतरा लाग्ने कुरा चाहिँ यो हो क्या यस्तो के
वाइल्डमा त हुँदैन डर लागिहाल्छ नि
हातमै देऊ न यसरी खुवाउने ल
डर लागेछ
केही गर्दैन दे डोन्ट डु एनिथिङ
भाइ बस म थिप्पिँदै गर्छु
अनि ठिक छ म त भिडियो पनि म त खुवाउँदिनँ
युट्युबको भिडियो ल दिन छ्या तेरिका त्यस्तो गराउनु
यहाँ आउनु त ड्याडी
Baby can.
ल बेबीलाई खुवाउनु त ल बेबीलाई खुवाउ ल
ल बेबीले खोल
ल ल
हात देऊ
बस न उसँग बुवासँग बस न अनि केही पनि
मसँग बस्छ त बडासँग आउ त यहाँ ल
गुड जब
खै आफ्नो राखिराख्नु ल
डङडङ
डरलाग्दो नि रहेछ उसलाई
ठिक छ
भिडियो बनाएर न ल्याउँछ
यहाँ बनाइरहेको छु
जेन हात नै खाने रहेछ
मोटाएर कत्रो भइसक्यो खाँदा
बच्चा
खाँदा
पनि छ
हेर्दैछ भुइँको खा भुइँको खा
कस्तो खडा रहेछ यिनीहरूको क्लहरू के
पछाडि कस्तो अचम्मकै हुँदो रहेछ है अझै भुइँको चाहिँ नखाने
भुइँको चाहिँ नखाने रहेछ निउरिन आउँछ
Ooh, बच्चाले पो हाल्यो।
खाए त हो
किन भुइँमा हाल्यो नि त्यसलाई आउँछ के भयो किन
प्र्याक्टिस भएको यिनीहरू राखेको छैन खाने क्या
पेट गर न जुन जेन
प्याट
यस्तो
गर्दा
गरौँ न
अझै खाना माग्दैछ के भयो
हातको मात्रै खाने रहेछ
अब फोन देऊ न
यहाँ खिचिरहेछ
हातको मात्रै खाने रहेछ है कस्तो
पक्नु छ बहिनी
म पनि खुवाइदिने
ल
baby
ल ल
म पनि खुवाइदिने
तिमी भुइँमा नहाल है जुनले नि हेरिरहेको उसले नि हेरिरहेको उसले पनि पुरै कस्तो हेरिरहेको
ए यता आउँदैन रे खानु ल जुमिन बोल पहिले खायो देखे ल आऊ जेन तिमीसँग आयो फेरि देऊ ल फेरि देऊ नि त देऊ न तिमीसँग आयो फालिदेऊ अनि ल फेरि फालिदेऊ यहाँ फालिदिन्छ है त म फेरि ल ल ल छोडिदेऊ ल छोडिदेऊ अब एकछिनमा हातमा देऊ यहाँ हेर त
Hello, guys. This kangaroo is eating a
देऊ 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 Stupid from you
No, not the paper.
पेपर सुद्धा खाइदियो
कहाँ पेपर उ गरेको तिमीहरू
उसले अनि ताने कि जिनको हातबाट क्याङ्गारुले
यिनीहरूको रहेछ पुरा भनेर होला
भोगाएछन्
उभिएर खाऊ न नानी अनि उभिएर हात पनि माथि आउँदा त माथि माथि आउँछ
पेपर पनि खाएको
मजा लाग्यो
अस्ट्रेलिया आएर कङ्गारुलाई अनि नभेटेको
त्यही त अब बल्ल अस्ट्रेलिया पुरै पुग्यो न त क्याङ्गारु टाढोबाट मात्रै हेरेको थिएँ
यो पनि हेर्ने ए
टोइलेट पनि के गर्दो रहेछ
त्यही त थाहा छैन
खाँदै हो
यसलाई चाहिँ टी सर्ट खोलिदिनु पर्ला होइन ठिकै छ
ठिक छ चिसो छ नि अब चल
डिङ्गो चाहिँ कहाँ रहेछ डिङ्गो सो 1:30 बजी सुरु हुन आएको क्या
ए डिङ्गो सो हेर्नु जाउँ
हामी यहाँ छौँ यहाँबाट सर्ट राइट गएर लेफ्ट जानुपर्दो रहेछ
अनि के भन्छ
झुन्डिरहेको छ उसलाई काम
बस्छ टेडी बेड जस्तो भएर बसिरहेको छ आफूले यहाँको भुइँको खान्छ सक्दैछ
यहाँबाट इन्टरेक्टिभ म्याप चलाउने बानी भएर यो म्याप छ नि
त्यहाँ अलिक शीतलमा बसेर हेरौँ
त्यहाँ अघि
बेबी क्याङ्गरू रहेछ
ल
हो बेबी क्याङ्गरू
आमा त्यसलाई खुवाउनु मिल्दैन होला कि जाऊ जाऊ जाऊ
जाऊ त यो बडा बाउकोमा लगेर जाऊ यो बडाबाले खुवाइदिन्छ जाऊ त यो लगेर जाऊ बडा खुवाइदिनु न भनेर जाऊ त जाऊ न जाऊ आऊ बडासँग आऊ आऊ म पनि जान्छु
डरलास
मम्मीहरू नआउनुहुन्छ हामी पनि आउँछौँ नि।
डर पनि लाग्ने अनि खुवाउनु नि मन लाग्यो आइ त हाल्यो
किन डराउनु ऊ खाना दिन्छ भनेर लु जाऊ 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 बडालाई जाऊ त बडाले कहाँ बोक्छु न खुवाइदिनु बडा यसलाई बोक्नु ल नानीलाई जेनलाई बोक्नुहोस् त अनि फेरि चाहिँ अलिक बेसी ल्याऊ ल
हाल त निकाल न
दुईटा हातमा
दुईटा हातमा यसो गर
दुईटा हात ल्याऊ न
दुईटा हात हात
तिमीलाई त साह्रै मनपर्छ त यो आल्पाका
डर लाग्यो नि त
मभन्दा आउँदो रहेछ है
थुक्छ यसले
मेरो नि हो नि त
ऊ भाइ खुवाउनुहुन्छ
खानु मन नखाउने
उसलाई
लिऊ न
के
यो
आल्पाकालाई मैले कसरी लिनु
यो साह्रो
ए पर्दैन
जुन पनि जुन
के डराएको
जिब्रोले छुने साथ ओए भयो
कुदकुदी भयो
लु बाबा मेरो फोटो खिच्नु मुख अगाडिपट्टि लिएर आयो
ल त्यसले खानु हो
यो पो खुसी भएर नि
यसले टोक्दैन नि त बाबा टोक भने पनि मर्दैन नि त
के थाहा नि त
नानीको अगाडि
अनि तिमी पनि गराएर डर लाग्यो
म मसँगै जाउँ न त स्कुल
मुनिनिर हेर न कति
मेरो हातमा त
परेवा पनि आएको
परेवा त
त्यो डिङ्गो सो कहाँ भइरहेको छ नि ठम्ब्याउनु सक्दैन अरे पानीले
डिङ्गो सो भनेको चाहिँ
डिङ्गोलाई
कुकुरको?
हिँडाउँछ अरे क्या डिङ्गो वक गराउँछ अरे
को हो डिङ्गो चाहिँ
डिङ्गो भनेको वाइल्ड
डग
डग
ऊ त्यहाँतिर हिँड्दैन त्यो डिङ्गोले
उपर रहेछ
त
उयो लौ यहाँ रहेछ
त्यो डिङ्गोले
डान्स गर्छ अब डिङ्गोले
Okay, I just want to pat Joey. I want to.
ल ल त्यो नप्यालो है अनि भुइँमा ल जाऊ
गिभ इट
show, I reckon. So the jumpy boys here, this is Banjo, this one's Cozzy, that is Snowy. They are all three brothers. They don't get along. And in the enclosure out the back there, we have their mum and dad, Esky and Luna. So we do have 5 dingoes here at the park. I am going to go and feed them now. I have to concentrate a little, and then I'll tell you about dingoes.
Wait, wait.
भुइँमा नराख्नु न प्लिज भुइँमा नप्यालो हातले मात्र पाउनु हो अरे
Oh my god, yeah, I'm out. Save and quit.
दिने त हेर न पुरै हो नि है बच्चाहरू खान्छ
Bingoes.
Now that that's happened, otherwise it all gets taken out of my hands. I lose all the food and we have big fights. So that bit I do have to concentrate on. Now that they're all happy, I'll talk to you guys about dingoes. So most of the time when people come past here, they say, they're just a dog. Pretty sure they're the same as a dog. I can tell you there are a few huge differences between dingoes and dogs. One of them being these guys are 100% wild. Yes, I am in here. Yes, I just fed them. But they still have wild instincts. And if these were a dingo in the wild, I would be going nowhere near them. So people get a little bit confused. They might see dingo in the wild and they're like, oh, it's just a dog. I'll go pat it, I'll feed it, I'll play with its puppies. Really bad idea. Because they are wild, they're going to get very defensive if you go anywhere near them. So do need to give dingoes a lot of space and a lot of respect. So being wild means they're not domesticated. So people say, oh, you can pat them, they're domesticated. Nope, they're just friendly because they've been here since they were puppies. And they know me and they trust me. But domestication happened over a really long time. So to go from wolves to dogs happened over thousands of years. And it was basically humans teaching dogs, hey, you don't need any of those wild instincts anymore. I'll look after you. I'll care for you. You can come home, you can be my friend, I'll give you food, I'll give you shelter, I'll give you water. These guys still rely on themselves. So if I open these doors right now, they would be fine out there by themselves. So if they could 100% still live out in the wild, they would be fine. Even if I was like, come back, I've got food. They don't care. This place is full of food. So dingoes are able to hunt. They're able to find their own resources. They are able to find their own water. They can climb trees. They can do what they need to do. They don't need humans. And they probably prefer to live without them. These guys like us because they've been here for 8 years. So there is a very strong connection, a strong bond, which is really nice as well. Now, another big difference between our dogs and our dingoes is the way they look. Now, everyone thinks that sounds silly because they're a canine, very similar. But if you think about dogs and all of their species and anyone who has a dog at home, they all look different. Every single dog has changed its features, or more we have. They got a smushy face, they got floppy ears, they might have hypoallergenic fur, they might be tiny, they might be really big. These guys look like this on purpose. So dingoes have these features because they need them to live in the wild. They haven't changed the way they look. Over thousands of years, they've not changed. They need their features. So their ears pointing up. So any dog that has floppy ears probably can't hear as well. They need to know what's going on around them. They can also point backwards and go all the way behind them, full 180. Same with their head. So if they need to turn around and see what's going on back here, there's a loud noise or something going on, or maybe an animal they want to catch, they can turn their whole head around. Very, very flexible. These specific dingoes are alpine dingoes. Now what that means is they're a bit bigger and they're a bit fluffier than dingoes up north in warmer climates, because they have to live in cooler climates. So they adapt really well to this, and Cozzie's a great example. They have an extra coat of fur. Now all the others have lost their extra coat of fur. Cozzie's still molting. See out this tail? This is a very fluffy tail. He still has some of his winter coat. So whole coat of fur on for the winter, whole coat of fur off for the summer, every year, twice a year. So they are really well adapted to the weather. See, Banjo's got his nice skinny summer tail on. That's not going to keep him very warm. Cozzie, if he was cold at night, wrap his tail around, nice and toasty warm. So these adaptations are really important for dingoes. Now it may not look like it, but on Cozzie and Banjo, their skull is the widest part of their body. This is another important feature that cannot change. He's going to go up there and model for you. So they need that too. If you had a fat dingo, they're not going to be able to hunt very well. So these guys know that if they're trying to get into a log that might be a bit small, it might be in the wild, it might be in between some rocks, into a burrow, through a fence, wherever their prey goes, they know they will fit just by sticking their head through. So their whole body actually will compact down to the size of their head. If they can get in, they can get out. So that is another really important feature that needs to stay with our dingoes. So they don't change anything. Now, one of the other differences between dingoes and dogs is the way they communicate. So dingoes, they might have a pack. They need to be able to talk to each other. Now, some dogs still have some of this, maybe just lingering through the times, but they talk to each other a lot. So in here, Banjo is the alpha, Banjo the other one. He's the boss. So we see a lot of body language, a lot of communication between these two. You may have noticed, because he jumped up, Banjo pushes him down. Banjo likes to be up high. Because he lies down, Banjo stands over him. And he is expected to be licking Banjo's face and looking at him like, yes, you are the alpha, you are the king. Now, because he didn't do that, he might get a growl, he might get bad teeth, or you might get a bark. So a lot of people think, oh, dingoes can't bark. They can bark, they just do it less. So when our dogs are barking, they're barking at us, bark, 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 bark. We don't know what they're saying how loud when they hear the sirens. But for dingoes in the wild, they want to know where to go and where to avoid. So if they howl and they hear a howl over there from a pack that way, think, oh, well, they might have puppies or they've got food over there. I'm going to avoid that because I don't want to fight with them. But a single dingo howling out and hearing a single lady dingo that direction, they might choose to go that way. So it's just helpful for them to know where their neighbours are, who to avoid and who to go say hello to. So that howl is really important for their communication. Now there is one more thing they do quite a bit. Usually Banjo does, I'm not sure if he already has, after food, he's just politely waiting. Now this is, see those ears up and the tail up? That is also a form of communication. And then he licked Cozzie on the head. So that's saying, yes, I'm your boss, right on the head. I'm above you. That was a really good display. Thank you, Banjo. Sorry, that other communication is they mark their territory. So they are nomadic, they do move around, but they want to protect their area. They might have food there, they might have dens they've made, they might have puppies. So they will go to the toilet everywhere, usually around the outside and often after eating. Oh, this is my home, this is where I eat. this is mine. So if other dingoes come along, they're going to smell it and go, Banjo lives here. So it is often something we see.
Jane?
Here's the kangaroos. You.
But if you bought a dingo and you're going to go somewhere new, our reptile presentation will
Here you
be
go.
at 2 o'clock.
Are you babies?
अर्को माथिलाई पनि खुवाउनु पर्यो नि त
Hello, baby. Okay. For
छोरालाई
babies.
पनि मुखमा हात नराख्नु
Babies have bumps. Hey.
You go up to that one and go, put them on your box. And they go,
आउँदैछ कि यो जेनले त पकाइदिनु भने सबै आफूसँग हाल्ने सानोलाई चाहिँ खास बसेर खानु
हात सफा गर्नुपर्छ है भयो
बाहिर पनि निस्किनु मिल्दो रहेछ
यस्तो गर्मीमा पनि बस्छ नि चिसो छ क्या
सोचेको क्या तपाईँले पानी चिसो पानी नै हो तर यसले यो टेन्टले गर्दाखेरि तातो हुनु दिँदैन होला क्या उनीहरूलाई हेर न उ गरिदिनुलाई क्या बिच जस्तो बनाइदिनुलाई कन्फ्युजिङ निस्किन्छ यहाँबाट त जानु पाउँदैन त्यो उयो क्या यहाँबाट खाना ल्याउँछ नि त्यो बाल्टीको आवाज सुनेर गएको क्या उता गयो अनि
जेन त्यहाँ पेन्गुइन तिमी पेन्गुइन बनाउ त त्यहाँ उपर
यस्तो गरेर
गयो अब सो सक्यो भनेर
ए ढोका पनि रहेछ
त्यहाँभित्र जेन उता तिमी पेन्गुइन बनाउ न त्यहाँ
यो पनि खुसी
उता
यसलाई पनि देखाउनु कस्तो खुसी भयो यो पनि
जेन पेन्गुइन जेन यहाँ पेन्गुइन बनाउ न जेन ऊ त्यहाँ हेर त
सानो पेन्गुइन पेन्गुइन बाबा र नानु है त भेट्यो भइरहेको रहेछ यो माथिको थिच्यो भने भिडियो उयो हुन्छ नि सेतो थिच्यो भने फोटो 1 2 3 अलिक अगाडि जेन अलिकति पछाडि जानु त हो 1 2 3
त्यो कराएको हो पेन्गुइन कराएर पेन्गुइन कराएर चल्यो चल्यो त्यो
खुट्टा रिल्याक्स गर्दैछ
घाम ताप्दैछ होला है
माई गॉड माई गॉड
गर्मी भयो त्यसले
स्केरी है
पानीमा जान्छ
एलिगेटर रहेछ
यसले नि हो त्यो ब्लडको बास्ना आएछ भने खेद्ने भन्ने
खेद्ने टोक्छ अनि यसको टोकाइबाट चाहिँ मान्छे सर्प जस्तै बिस्तारै मर्छ कि 1-2 दिनमा अनि त्यसपछि मरिसकेपछि अनि खान जान्छ नामै ड्रागन हो
उयो के भन्छ
The only dragon that is left, Jen. Komodo Dragon. जीवन निकाल
के भन्छ स्किन पिल अफ हुँदो रहेछ साइडबाट त कस्तो हाँसेको चाहिँ देखेको त्यही त
हाँसिरहेको
बाख्रा साख्रा सबै खाइदिन्छ एकचोटि टोक्छ मात्रै उसको काम भनेको टोक्ने अनि पोइजन हालिदिने पोइजन भन्दा पनि ब्याक्टेरिया हुन्छ अरे कि यस्तो कडा ब्याक्टेरिया मरिहाल्छ कि त्यो मान्छे 1-2 दिनमा मर्छ अनि उसले डाइजेस्ट गर्छ जति कुहिएको होस् खान सक्छ कि यसले
But it's the majority, not all of them. But it's something to do with maybe that blood in their skin. Yeah, mate? Cold-blooded, that's exactly right. So a lot of reptiles are referred to as cold-blooded animals, which is something that we try to steer away from here at the park because cold-blooded in recent times has also come to mean evil. It's also come to mean the bad guys, especially in media like TV and film and all that. You get cold-blooded killers and they're always the bad people. And we don't want that associated with our reptiles. So instead we actually use the proper term here at the park, which is ectothermic. And that more accurately actually describes what a reptile is because their blood isn't always cold. What they really are is the outside side out. He has to use the sun to heat himself from the outside in. But now he's a little bit too warm, so he's jumped back in the water to cool himself down. So that's what all reptiles will do. They'll always go somewhere warm to warm up and somewhere cool to cool down. So they use the environment to actually regulate that temperature, which is the opposite of us. We just eat food all the way from Tasmania to the top of Queensland, all the way to WA. They are found absolutely everywhere. So if you guys know what Gary is, you're welcome to yell it out. It's pretty easy to work out what sort of animal this is if you have a look at his face and maybe even have a look at his tongue as well. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Gary is a blue-tongued lizard because he is a lizard with a blue tongue. Here in Australia, we're not very creative when it comes to things. They actually make their way into people's backyards is actually one of the things that they eat. They absolutely love and chow down on. It's actually garden snakes. Blue-tongued snail actually wiggles around on the ground and it creates a really big distraction. So that predator now has 2 things to focus on. Attention is now split, which gives Gary the opportunity to escape out into the bush, find a hiding place, and he'll actually regrow that tail within the next year or so. But they will only do that if their life is literally on the line. There's no other escape, there's no other way for them to survive. It is a last resort. But like I was saying before, Gary here, he was actually born live. So just like we are, to help get him up. But as you can see, when you see him, what I was talking about, him being a handful, it's in the palm of your hand. He's a small little turtle. Tripod here is a Carolina box turtle, and he's actually not found here in Australia. He's actually an exotic species all the way from the United States of America and the top of Mexico. You're welcome to bring him around if you'd like. So when you are touching Tripod, he likes a little bit of a scratch just on his lower back. So give him a little gentle rub. He can feel that. Turtles and tortoises, they do feel everything that happens on their shell. There are lots of nerve endings in that, so just be nice and gentle with him. But like I was saying, he is a turtle and not a tortoise. Does anyone actually know what the difference between the two actually might be? Yeah, right for that. That is exactly right. I'm glad that you just said it straight away and we didn't have to play a guessing game. It is the feet. There's the difference between turtles and tortoises. So if you have a look at Tripod, he's got webbed feet. That's what makes him a turtle. Other turtles might have flippers, so those separate turtles from tortoises. Tortoises, they always have club-like or elephant feet. So this guy's a little bit different to those. So even though he has a tortoise-like dome on the shell, he is part of the turtle family. But even though Tripod here is a turtle, he actually comes out in Carolina and at the top of Mexico, which is a really hot area of the world, especially in summer. So to actually beat the heat, these guys will dig themselves little burrows, stay on the ground until it cools off a little bit, and then they'll go foraging her around. You guys can come up at the end of the presentation for a bit of a meet and greet with Teacup. But this is Teacup. She is a red-tailed boa constrictor from the Amazon rainforest. So these guys, they are found in Central America, not an Australian species of snake. These guys, they are an ambush predator. So what they'll do is they'll sit on a game trail, waiting for food to come to them. So they'll sit and wait. They might actually wait up to a month for a nice meal to come to them. At Teacup size, that might be a small deer or maybe a monkey, or something around that size. And these guys, they are absolutely incredible animals. They're also very inquisitive, so she likes to go for a bit of an explore sometimes. As herself caught in the microphone equipment, please don't do that, Teacup. She's a very good girl though. Now Teacup here, she is incredibly strong. So Teacup actually rocks a 220 pack in her body. So we have a 6-pack. Teacup here has a 220. Her abdomen goes all the way from her neck to here. This is actually the tail. So just this last about 20 centimeters of her body is actually the tail. Everything else is all her abdomen. And she actually uses that to subdue her prey. So she is a constrictor and she has no venom. So she is a completely harmless snake to us. So to actually catch and subdue her prey, what she'll do is she'll sit and wait for it to walk by, launch out, grab it, and then curl around it, squeeze it, constrict, and then she's obviously neutralized that prey. But then comes the hard part, because she actually has to eat, which is really hard if you don't have any hands or legs or anything to shovel food into your mouth. So snakes actually get away around that. A really interesting adaptation to that head. So if you take your finger and you put it down to your bottom jaw just like this, your bottom jaw is in one solid bit, but teacups actually isn't. This is the same for all snakes. So her jaw actually sits in the mouth with a little gap, just like so. So when she wants to eat something, all she has to do is just stretch out her jaw like this, and then she can actually use her bottom jaw as a set of hands that are inbuilt into the base, which is really gross, but also really fascinating. So she will use that to fully engulf her prey until it's all the way down, and then she takes about a week, maybe 2 weeks, or even up to a month to digest that food, depending on how big it is. It's actually really impressive the size of food that snakes can eat. These guys can actually eat something about 3 to 5 times the size of their head. So if we could do that, we could swallow a watermelon whole with ease. So it's really impressive that snakes can do that, and how they can actually eat such large food items. Teacup here, she is just smelling the air, which is something that snakes will do. So they don't actually have a nose that works properly. No snakes do. They actually use their tongue to sniff around. So when they're looking for food, when they're looking for water, that's all done with the tongue. So she'll flick out that tongue, cover up those scent particles and put them directly to the top of her mouth. There's a special organ that scans those scent particles directly into her brain and lets her know what's going on. So if she picks up something she might like to eat, she'll actually hone in on it using that forked tongue. So if there's more scent on the left-hand side of her tongue, she'll go left. If there's more on the right-hand side of her tongue, she'll go right. And if there's an even number, she'll go straight ahead. Now, Teacup here, she is incredibly friendly, but please don't try doing this with any of the snakes around in the Ballarat region, or pretty much the entirety of Melbourne and the greater region around Victoria. Does anyone know how many pythons, non-venomous snakes we've got here in this area? We've got audience participation. You guys want to take a guess? So let me just readjust that. The last food item is, so there are snakes that only eat once a year to Jackal Islands. They wait for the nesting monarchs to come in. They'll eat the chicks and they won't eat until the rest of the year, until next year when the chicks come back. But that's no worries.
One touch.
Do they like? Is there anything that they do eating or something?
So they're pretty much.
Wow.
They
So. Wow.
Laura, look up.
Jen.
त्यसको लागि चाहिँ अलिकति अप्सन छैन अब गाडी त अब चाहिँ भयो
ए रहेछ हजुर
एनाले पनि क्रिसमसको टाइममा नै क्रिसमस ट्री बनाएको
यसलाई नि पुरैलाई यो बालाराट हैन मेलबर्न र जिलोङ चाहिँ ट्रायंगल भएर बसेको छ क्या मेलबर्न यहाँ छ जिलोङ यहाँ छ बालाराट यहाँ छ त्यस्तो क्या अनि बेन्डीको चाहिँ माथि छ त्यो पनि गऱ्यो भने डायमन्ड सेटै हुन्छ
Church.
आएको थिएन हौ
चाहिँ नआयो देख्यो त छैन त्यसले तलबाट देख्यो लास्टै चिसो यहाँ
सुन्नु फोटो खिच्नु न भन्नु ल अहिले फोन देऊ म खिच्छु अहिले चाहिँ दुईटा एकैचोटि आयो आउँछ क्या नर्मली
एकैचोटि आइरह्यो अब आयो यस्तो हावा आउनेवाला छ के नाम ल घुमा वाउ ओ के भयो
यहाँको त टिके मास त कत्रो ठुलो छ कि अनि कहाँ खोज्नु बच्चाकोमा भित्र म त बहिनी मलाई लगेर जाँदा चाहिँ कस्तो खालको